Hello and welcome back to Spider-Man with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So today we will actually begin a mission that will actually take me beyond the end of the storyline. Yes, we are going to track down some murder victims, it seems, and this has some connection to Yuri Watanabe, seriously. And yeah, seriously, that's what it does. And there was quite a bit of development. I don't know if she'll return, but, well...
Police report. Looks like someone was killed during a mugging, but nothing was stolen. What's with the audio?
So, you have some work-related stress. Well, you came to the right place. That's my specialty.
So they tell me.
Give me some more specifics about how you're feeling.
Guess you could say I put a lot of pressure on myself. I like to be the best. Plus, I have a very demanding boss.
And what kind of work do you do?
Everything here stays confidential, right?
Of course.
Good. Because if any of this gets out, you're a dead man.
The case file says 1 of 9. There must be more of these out in the city. There's a bunch of GPS coordinates here. I love treasure hunts, but something tells me I'm not gonna find a chest full of gold at any of these places. Mystery person's calling card.
Hey, Peter. Just letting you know I haven't left the house.
Glad to hear it. What's up?
I've been listening to the police radio, and there's stuff happening all over the city, like constantly.
Pretty overwhelming, isn't it?
How do you do it? I mean, you can't be everywhere at once.
Remember what May used to say. You help someone, you help everyone.
Yeah, but I never really understood what she meant.
Okay. You know that lady that came in to feast the other day with her 2 kids?
The one who just got evicted?
Yeah. After she found a job and was about to move into her new place, she told me, as soon as I get my first paycheck, I'm sending as much as I can back to the shelter.
So we her, and now she wants to help others. Helping is like a force multiplier.
Exactly.
May was pretty great, wasn't she?
The greatest. I'm gonna send you an address as soon as I'm done with all this, so stay ready. And bring those web shooters with you.
Finally!
So the next recording is actually located under the bridge. And yes, this took me a while to figure out. And a few times with my, Elgato actually crashing. So yeah. Thank goodness this is somewhat, edited. But yeah, you can follow the crime scene things, though they can be very, very confusing. And I do mean very, very confusing for these missions. So yes, don't know why it's underneath, but obviously...
This looks familiar. I think it's the last known location of a Maggia informant who disappeared a few months ago.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. I think we should end the session.
Sorry, Doc. I didn't mean to scare you. I've just been paranoid lately. Like I said, stressful job.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your job. Describe a typical day.
Typical day? Guess it starts with waking up, checking my phone, see what the boss wants me to hit that day. Then I go grab breakfast. I've been trying to do that keto thing, you know? Then I do the hits. Sometimes it's messy, so I gotta head home and clean up. I try to get to the gym in the afternoon, then dinner, and I...
Sorry, can you go back for a moment? What does do a hit mean exactly?
It means I kill who my boss tells me to. I'm pretty good at it by now. Got quite the resume.
This guy sounds like a Maggia enforcer. Feels like this is just part of the story. I should keep an eye out for more scenes like this.
Next one is located near this bridge, and this one's even tougher to find than the last one, because of all the tape that's covered around it. You wouldn't think to look directly, well, maybe you might, but not where I am looking, or for the next one, in fact, which I did attempt to get a bit earlier when I was recording, but yeah. So you can see the thing wrapped around this pillar. Yeah. We will have to go wall crawling, or ceiling crawling at least.
I think there was a hit and run here recently. The victim was set to testify against one of Hammerhead's men. But of course, police never found a suspect. All of these reports are from the last year or so. But last month, Yuri assigned herself to all of these cases. Was Yuri the one who left all those recordings?
Okay, Yuri, let's move on. Have your obsessive thoughts about the suspect continued?
Yes. Sometimes I feel like I've almost got him. And sometimes I feel like I'll never get him.
Are you doing your breathing exercises?
Trying to.
But...
I know who he is. I know where he is. And I know what he's done. But I can't do anything. Not without legally admissible evidence.
that must be frustrating.
You have no idea.
Seems like Yuri's hunch is that the guy on the tape is the guy that killed all these people. I think she might be right.
The next one honestly tripped me up. Seriously, it is located on that building to the right there. Well, actually no, on this building. And the tape is wrapped around the area. The area with the actual recording is located not on the tower, but at the very top on the satellite dish. Seriously. Not immediately obvious, but yeah, it's on the satellite dish.
The person got electrocuted accidentally, but the victim had ties to Hammerhead. Yuri tried, but couldn't find evidence of foul play. These case files are getting more and more recent. This one happened just a few weeks ago.
You seem nervous.
Yeah, well, the chief knew I was working undercover with you. I can't afford to lose my job. Maybe I should be the one doing breathing exercises.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Don't worry. I won't tell if you don't. Also, you're doing great. You're a very authentic-looking doctor.
Thanks, I think.
You think he knows you were wearing a wire?
If he does, he's a hell of a good liar.
He's a Maggia enforcer. We know he's a good liar. Question is, does he know he's being lied to?
We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. You sure about all this?
We catch him in the act of trying to murder a police officer, he gets put away for life.
Yuri, what are you doing? I have to find her.
Next one, even more confusing! Yep! The amount of confusion increases with each one, I think, of how to do it. We have an aerial here, and we are walking around the crime scene thing like a tightrope. And the tape is completely around this area, so it is very hard to see where A, the recording is, and B, where we need to go. Seriously. These ones are very perplexing, basically. However, some of the tape seems to go down here.
Another file and recorder. Police ruled this a suicide, but Yuri had her doubts. The victim was part of Hammerhead's crime family. In the last recording, they talked about getting Yuri's mental health records.
Here's Captain Watanabe's file.
This everything?
Yes.
You ever record her sessions?
No, I never record any sessions. That'd be unethical and illegal.
Well, we'd like you to record her next session. And my boss has a list of questions he'd like you to ask. That gonna be a problem for you?
No problem.
I feel like I shouldn't be listening to these, and yet I can't stop. Seems that whoever left these wasn't satisfied with what the police concluded.
Hello and welcome back to Spider-Man with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Poogie. So we will hunt down the last of the clues about Yuri, well, what Yuri Watanabe has been doing since she got pretty much discharged from the police force. Although this was, I guess, while she was in the police force. So yes, and speaking of which, we have yet another crime going on. Given this episode is fairly short, I was going to append this to also the... I did initially append this to the... what would have been the final part, actually, of Spider-Man. Yep, this Let's Play, long as it has been, will soon be finished, and... I have enjoyed doing this game, to be honest. Seriously, I have. Through the, my commentary has kind of been stilted for the for a lot of the DLC missions, but I have enjoyed doing this game. Seriously, I have. So yeah, and we will finish off the Let's Play with the final part of Silver Lighting. That's it. It was a Silver Lightning. So yes, and it will also have a nice little thing. Nod towards the, I guess, next canonically game? Question mark? Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I do intend on actually doing closer to, I think, December this year, for obvious reasons. Given where it is, or when it is set, even though it's not necessarily, it could be considered a Christmas game, I will do that game, because I did manage to record the whole game with some problems with the audio, so I'm gonna have to try and find a way around that. But that being said, yeah, I have enjoyed doing this game. But anyway, that being said, let's actually get to where the last victim is, shall we say. Unlike the last one, I don't want to cut anything out. No, because this is actually, as I said, the last one. So, indeed, yeah, that's going to be all for this recording. I'll probably tack it on to the last episode if it's very short, which I think it will be, actually. The last episode was quite edited anyway, so, yeah. So, this will make up one whole episode of Spider-Man. And the next episode will just cover the thing. Anyway, here's the last one, and it's in the center, apparently. Yeah. Well, this won't end well, I don't think.
That's the Maggia enforcer. Dead. And the case files from all his victims. This guy killed all these people. But does that mean he deserved to die? Yuri!
I know what you're gonna say, but just hear me out. The system works most of the time, but there are times when it doesn't. And to me, that's unacceptable. Some people put their trust in fate, or karma, or whatever. But I can only trust me.
You can't kill people, Yuri!
Apparently I can. And you know what? It felt good.
You need to turn yourself in.
For what? I just dispensed justice. True justice. And I restored a little bit of balance to the world.
You're my friend, Yuri. I don't want to come after you.
You do what you have to do, and I'll do what I have to do. Goodbye, Spider-Man.
Yuri! What am I gonna do? This all makes sense now. What Yuri did to Hammerhead. She's been struggling with this for a while. She's always held in her emotions. That must take a toll on her. But she's also the most tenacious and stubborn person I know. This was a bad guy for sure, but killing him? That's too much.
And given that I'm uploading this after what happened with Spider-Man No Way Home, yeah, that sort of thing can happen to Spidey as well. Seriously, it can. We saw that with, of course, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and after the Green Goblin pretty much killed Aunt May, well, and that in No Way Home, we pretty much saw a version of Spider-Man pretty much wanting to kill a villain, so to speak, and it took Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man to stop him. But that being said, I guess I will see you on the next episode when we will finally finish the game proper, or at least the DLC missions. So yeah, so we will indeed focus on Sable on the next episode. As for Yuri, well, nothing else happens I know of in Miles Morales, because the focus is, of course, on Miles Morales. Yeah, maybe something will happen in Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. But that being said, I will see you on the next one. Goodbye!